Good evening, Hobby World. Thanks for joining us live tonight for episode 62 of Personal Rips and Hobby Chat. Joining me tonight, as always, is Ken from McBean's B Card blog, and I am Herman, aka 3B Collections. We're here every other Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, although today is Tuesday. To talk about our hobby and yours. Feel free to join the conversation in chat. We had to postpone.
Can we honestly even guarantee we're every other week?
No, not even that. We're here.
And now we're getting to springtime, so who knows?
Yeah, oh yeah. With the time going back and having more daylight in the evening, it's gonna be tough because I like to spend my time in the yard. So
yeah, after 2 years of being inside, I'm really hoping to get out a lot more this spring and summer.
Right. Ed, Jenny, and Diego, glad to have you. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, we had to postpone this one. I had an unexpected trip to make last night after work, so we got that taken care of. But I definitely wanted to go on tonight since we missed last week. And let me go ahead and I want to start out by saying, and this is not hobby related whatsoever, but the reason we were off last Monday, I've got to, I guess, give a shout out or give a praise to my wife, my wonderful wife. I mean, I had texted Ken. We were supposed to be on Monday, obviously, but my wife had texted me and told me that my son was coming in from out of town, wanted to have dinner. So that, that obviously came first. So I'm like, okay. So I text Ken, hey, we got to, can't go on tonight. Son's coming in. Gonna have dinner with him. So we get to the restaurant, and it's more than just my son from out of town. It's two of my three sons, which one lives probably 3 hours away, so he didn't make the trip. And my brother-in-law and his wife, and everybody was there. I didn't think nothing of it. We sat down, we eat, we talk, this and that, go back and forth, and to go back, when we pulled in, I've been in search of a vehicle or a truck for myself, and I just been looking for just some little beat around, something to, throw some limbs in, throw some tools in, work around here with. Truck. We pull in, and there's a truck sitting in the parking lot, and I mentioned to my wife, I said, hey, I like that color of that truck. She didn't say nothing. I didn't think nothing about it. Like I said, we all eat and get up and go outside, and the truck is still sitting out there. And my wife had parked right next to the truck, and I'm sitting here, and we're talking about it. My son is talking, and my wife says, "Well, get in it and see how you like it." Of course, I look at her like she's stupid because I'm thinking somebody's truck sitting there, and she's telling me to get into it. And I turn around and look at her, and when I look at her, she's holding keys in her hand. She had went and bought me a 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Out of the blue. And I wasn't expecting it. And it was way more than anything that I ever would have bought for myself. So it was a total shock. So, all I can say is, I'm lucky to have a wife like her, and we've been married coming on next year or this year 30 years. So I just kind of want to mention that because it was a shocker and very unexpected. Not what I thought was going to happen that night. I thought we were going to find out we had another grandkid on the way or something.
Yeah, and this is the first time I'm hearing the full story. I knew a little bit of it, but yeah, I didn't know all of the going to dinner and all of that.
Yeah, Yeah, and John from that 70s car show, I think I had made mention of it on Bo's show, and he's like, "Does she have a sister?" So we no, and to answer John's question, since it's here, no, she doesn't have a sister. She's the only girl of the family, so you gotta look there. But yeah, I
So
mean,
I
it was a
always
shocker.
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it was a shocker, and like I said, I love the truck. It was something that I've never in my life what I had ever bought for myself. Not something that new of a model, and uh, like I said, I was looking for something to use around the house and throw limbs in, haul stuff off, and all that. But I mean, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I love the truck. It's awesome.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I always joke with my wife at Christmas time when we see the commercials where one is buying their spouse a car, and I'm like, who actually does that? Well, now I know. It does actually happen. Maybe not at Christmas, but it does happen.
John want to know if I had a set of balls hanging from the hitch yet.
Truck nuts.
Actually, no, I haven't, because around this area, that'll get you a ticket now.
Hey, John, if you want to put something together, I'll send you a few bucks a week, and we can all go in and get Herman some truck nuts.
I've seen them. I'd love to have a set, but like I said, if you have a set here now in this town, it will get you a ticket.
What if you hang them from the rear view?
Yeah, I'm not putting them in a cab with me.
All right.
But yeah, it was awesome.
So switching topics, so from the good to the not so good.
No, you're not.
We're not going to talk that now. We're not going to talk about the blah now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go there.
Yeah, everybody. I'm sure everybody has has had taps playing in their head for Herman. Go ahead, let it all out. Just lay back on the couch and just let it all out. We're here for you. We are your support group.
Trust me, I have spent every day since the lockout ended. I told you, I kind of mentioned this earlier. I spent probably every 30 minutes I'm checking the ESPN app, I'm checking Google, I'm checking Facebook, I'm checking Twitter to see the news of, if Atlanta signs Freddie or if he signs somewhere else. I know that the Yankees were looking at him. Dodgers were looking at him. Then I heard the Rangers were looking at him, and now the Blue Jays have got their name in the hat, and also the Marlins, I believe. And yeah,
who the hell would sign with the Marlins?
I'm checking was it Marlins or Rockies? I can't remember. May have been Rockies. But anyway, yeah, I'm checking every 30 minutes. I'm waiting. I'm looking. Don't see nothing. And all of a sudden it pops up that Atlanta has signed Matt Olson. Of course, Matt Olson being first baseman. I'm like, well, and a buddy at work, mine, he knows how I felt about Freddie Freeman. And he texted me and asked me had I heard about it. And I'm like, yeah, I just saw it. I'm hoping that it's just in case. Because obviously, I mean, the team has got to have a first baseman. And if you got a guy that's unsure, you got to have somebody that that you'll have coming up to play first base.
Hey, doesn't the NL have the DH now?
They do.
There you go. He can still sign in DH.
They do. I know that was on the table, and I think it went through. I think they actually did go through with it. But yeah, I was kind of hopeful that was just just in case, and then I start seeing who we traded for him, as in Atlanta went after him hard. So, I mean, they give up 2 relief pitchers, a catcher, and a up-and-coming outfielder, and everybody knows that, the last couple of years Atlanta struggled with their outfield. I mean, they had to make last-minute trades, and and whatnot just to get the outfield they had that won the World Series last year. So, why would you let go of a up and coming outfielder for a first baseman if you felt like you might get the first baseman you have always had for 11 years back? So that put a damper on things, and now stuff's coming out that that Atlanta really didn't make a big push to try to keep Freeman, and there's still no word from him, but I don't know. But if
So how do you go?
if you follow his wife on social media, Instagram and such as that, it looks like he may be going to the Dodgers. I hope not. If he goes anywhere, I would rather it be the Yankees. As bad as I hate the Yankees, but at least it's an American League team. I wouldn't want him to go to a team that we've got to face. If that makes sense.
I'd have to put him in the World Series.
Say what?
You might have to face him in the World Series, though, if he goes to an AL team.
Yeah, but that's what?
That's crunch
seven.
time.
That's 7 games tops. It's not like we got to see him every, once or twice a month.
So what? So how do you move forward, Herman?
I don't know yet.
Braves only, more cards, no more with a new team. You'll have some 2020 releases. You'll have some 2022 releases with the Braves.
Yeah, that's and I've kind of kicked that around too. Like, what do I do with my PC now? Because that's kind of been my primary, and not my primary. It's kind of been my main focus is Freeman cards, and then on top of that, Braves cards. I have nowhere in my PC do I have any card of any player outside of the Braves. Except, well, now I got. Let me back up. I do have a few Phillies cards of Dale Murphy, but I didn't start picking those up until probably the last year or two. So I don't know. We'll see.
So some comments from the Peanut Gallery.
Yeah, let me go back. I kind of.
Well, I was saying, Dan saying you keep collecting Freddie wherever he goes. John asking when you're listing all the Freddie cards. Boom slang. Need to sell your Freemans and start a new player PC.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm ready, whichever way I go.
You know what?
But I feel like if I was gonna get rid of them, the time to do it would be the minute that he signs with another team. Would you think?
I have no idea because, to be honest, if I reverse the roles, do you have the desire to go buy a Matt Chapman collection?
Nope.
And that's where I wonder. And to be honest, even if you did sell most of them off, which I don't think you do because they still are a part of your Braves collection one way or the other, at the end of the day, you're not going to sell off the most desirable ones. You're going to want to keep the rookie. You know what I mean? You're going to want to keep his rookies and stuff like that. So. Oh, jeez. I mean, the thing is, like I said, at the end of the day, though, it's a little different than maybe if you were collecting somebody that wasn't on your team because now so I can't remember. I think you do, but so like if it's a 2020, just say 2020 Topps base Freeman, do you go for 2? So you have one for the team set and one for his collection, or did you just have one?
No, I do. I go. Actually, if as far as Freeman goes, I would have to have 3.
Okay, so you will have multiples.
Because I do the base set for flagship, and then I do the of course my Freeman collection, and then I have to have one from my Braves binder for the team set.
So so maybe Topps flagship was a bad example because of the overall set, but So yeah, I kind of had that when Andrew Shaw got traded, and like for my YouTube existence, y'all don't know me as an Andrew Shaw collector, but I was like serious. That was my focus for years, and he got traded. Not only did the Blackhawks trade him, they traded him to a team that I fucking despise, the Montreal Canadiens. So I do not have. I have some of his Canadiens cards, but not many. But I made that decision that I was not collecting those. I honestly had planned to sell off the Shaw stuff. There was a guy that had been kind of competing with me as the super collector, but obviously with 101s and stuff, only one person can have them. Well, he tapped out on it and sold me some of the ones I needed because he had another player collection. I even went to him and said, hey, I've just, now that he's gone from the Blackhawks, I'm not feeling this. Do you want it? And he's just like, I can't do it. I'm going to just keep putting my money into the one I got. So I kept them, and I still have them, and they're actually, you can see them. It's in this box right there, that little 2-row box. Never got rid of them, but haven't really been active on them, actively. Like, he actually did go back to the Blackhawks. He got traded back, but hold on. All right. Anyway. Yeah, he actually got traded back, and he had a few cards, and I picked up some of those. But yeah, I mean, it also he didn't have an 11-year run like Freddie Freeman did either with the Blackhawks. He was with them for like 5 years, so that changed things. And obviously, there's a lot more baseball cards out there than there are hockey cards. So yeah, I don't know. It's a dilemma. I mean, my thing would be, my advice from someone who kind of went through something similar is, don't rush to get rid of them because you might regret later on. They're just cardboard, and you can always keep them. And like I said, to be honest, wherever he signs, they're not going to have much of an interest in most of his stuff, other than maybe some of his rookies. So why give it away when you can just hold on to it? And like I said, now you can still slowly add to it as you see stuff show up. Stuff that maybe didn't come available before. Now you can do it. And especially if he goes to, I'm just saying Florida. If he goes to Florida, get those a hell of a lot cheaper than if he goes to New York. Although I don't know how many Yankees fans will be buying the Braves stuff, but you get what I'm saying. So that's I'm just spitballing from my years of debating what to do with Andrew Shaw, which was, again, very different than your situation, but still somewhat similar.
I came to the conclusion today, and like I said, I kind of thought about that yesterday, but what would I do? I kind of come to the conclusion today that I'll pretty much probably just stop with this year and work back until I see where he lands. Of course, I mean, if he ends up on a team that I just can't pull for it all. And like I said, if it's an American League team, that would be better, just because, we don't, you don't see the American League teams as often as you do, especially in your division, like the Dodgers. That would be, I mean, heartbreaking, to say the least. But yeah, and once it's, say a year passes and you kind of get comfortable with it. I mean, it's like anything else. It'll move on and you'll get over it. But we'll see. And I'm not going to like dump everything I've got. I'm keeping what I've got. So
I mean, maybe he'll sign in Texas, and you can fly out here to the Dallas Card Show and see him play out here. Just make a weekend of it, since now you're flying to card shows.
Yeah, I like that. You just kind of like went right into the other.
I went to journalism school, TV and radio broadcasting. I know what a segue is.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Bo would be in here for this, but yeah.
Which is funny because we actually, we segued from the good to the bad. I made that segue. We made this, and we had no show notes. We're just spitballing here, fellas and ladies.
Here we go into the ugly. It's probably going to get ugly.
Why ugly?
Well, I mean, since I've never done it before.
You
And
think you're going to?
I'm pretty sure everybody that's in here, at least the ones in chat, has already heard. But
I know.
you know, I've made the comment several times that I've never flown and I never will flew.
Liar.
But yeah, I kind of got to, Bo is here. I kind of got, I don't know if I got talked into it or kind of just talked myself into it, but I did purchase a ticket to Madison, Wisconsin for the April 29th for Bo's April show in Madison. So as of April 29th, I will be officially stepping on an airplane for my first time.
Peer pressure's a bitch, isn't it?
Huh?
Peer pressure's a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah. I want to blame it on Jeannie. That's who I want to blame it on.
All right.
Because she's going out there and she's every time we talked about it, she's like, Herman's coming out and we're going to meet up on the 29th and do this and do that and go to the show on the 30th. And so here we go.
Trade all the twins you have to her for all of her Braves.
Right. Let's see. I'm on a plane.
That's impressive. 110 plus table show. That's pretty darn impressive. Going from what 0 to 100 in just a little over a year, I think.
I was going to say, Bo, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that like your year? Didn't you start in April of 2021? And
I couldn't remember if it had been over a year, or if it had been at the beginning of last year.
It's been right at it, and I want to say it's been right at a year because the cards he had last year, the schedule started with May, and I think he had those made right about the time he had the first show. So
I vote for Casey's Pizza, by the way.
He did.
Go get Casey's.
He's April 2021, so this will be his 1 year birthday, so to speak,
with special guests.
Yep.
3B Collection and Jenny.
Yeah, Dan says first time on a plane and first time eating a taco pizza.
Well, I'm not saying I would go for the Casey's taco pizza, but Casey's pizza is pretty on point. I love me some. That's the only convenient, well, I guess, gas station pizza that I can say I love.
Yeah. Yeah, my biggest, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is, meeting Bo because, and Jeannie both because, I talk to a lot of people on Twitter and a lot of people on Facebook, on YouTube, but it'll be my first time actually meeting somebody that I met on Twitter or YouTube. So
you haven't been out meeting dudes from the internet in the past?
I don't do that very often.
Not your kind of thing.
No.
Makes me think of it makes me think of what is it? Is it Napoleon Dynamite where he's like, you're just jealous because I've been talking to chicks on the computer all day or something?
Yeah, and Gina says it'll be her first time leaving Minnesota, so I mean we're kind of in the same boat. Which I have been outside of Georgia, but I've never been on a plane, so I still need to. I need to talk to John because I've got some travel on questions for him since he's the frequent flyer here.
I think amongst this crowd, he definitely is the frequent flyer. I used to fly a little bit when I was working with Liz. I'd fly a few times a year. But
John, that would be awesome. I would love to meet you and shake your hand. And chances are you'll be on a plane anyway, so it might as well be to Madison.
Yeah, how many people can you? I forgot you won't have your truck because you'll be flying there. Never mind. I was going to ask how many people you could fit in your truck.
I can get 5 in there.
I'll say it's like a party happen.
Yep. And if I put the air mattress in the back, I can get about 9. Anymore.
But I don't know what you want to. But I don't know that you want to be doing that in April in Minnesota. Maybe you can get away with that in Georgia or Texas.
I am flying with Delta, John. So send me a link. I'll answer from the plane. Yeah, I'm flying with Delta. So, and I've read it. I can carry a carry-on small bag, and it gives the dimensions of like 22 by 14 by 9 or something. along with a what they call a personal item, which is like a purse or computer or laptop case or a small book bag. So, and
Are you doing the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Are you doing the breakout cards, fly in the morning and fly back at night, or you
No,
staying a night?
I'm actually flying out on the 29th, which is the Friday before the show, and of course I'll be there, Friday night, then all day Saturday, and the only direct flight that I could get coming back was it would have been 6:45 Bo's time. And I kind of mentioned that to Bo, and he's like, we're going to be looking at cards and drinking some Bud Lights, Saturday night. So that might be a little tough. So I got it pushed back to, I think it was a 1 o'clock or 1:30 flight coming back, but it wasn't a direct flight. So I'm going to have to fly what is it called? What was it? A CPJ 900. And from the looks of it, it's a small plane.
Oh, no puddle jumper.
Yeah, out of Madison to Detroit, and then from Detroit back to Atlanta, I'll get on they call it an Airbus.
It's a big old plane.
From looking at the seating chart, it's a huge plane. I don't know.
The Airbuses are huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody tells me to be more worried about the small plane than the big planes. So. I don't know. Like I said, dude, I am lost. I've picked my sister up at the airport one time. I dropped my son off when he was going to basic training for the Air Force and picked him up when he got back. Outside of that, I know nothing about getting on a plane.
I feel like Detroit Airport is like one long building, because I feel like I remember changing planes there, and yeah, I had to like run from one end of the airport to the other, and y'all see me. So imagine me trying to run through an airport. Somehow I still managed to make it. But yeah, it was. I think it's one where it's so. Hopefully your gates are close.
Let's go back on chat here because John is throwing some stuff out here. Let's see.
And yeah, I've seen what Bo said. I believe Atlanta. Yeah, I believe that's the busiest airport in the United States. I believe I've heard that many a time.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the push on John to make the trip out, Bo. Because if I'm getting on a plane to fly to Madison, Wisconsin, if I'm getting on a plane to fly anywhere, we need to get as many people out there to me as possible. I see.
It's gonna be in Wisconsin. Do you even have clothes for that, or do you need to buy some more
clothes?
Do you need, like warm clothes? Because April, I mean, it's still like 20 degrees.
I mean, we yeah, Bo was threatening me with snow the other day.
That's what I'm talking about.
That they had snow on I think he said the 26th of April a few years ago. But yeah, no, I've got warm clothes. I mean, it was 24 degrees here Saturday, so reverse engineer it. What are you coming home with from the show? You need to make sure you right. And John, I get your point, and I've already thought about that. I've heard other people say it. I'm not planning on picking up a whole lot, as far as bulk. If I do anything, I'm going to be looking for anything to finish my 72 set, and possibly the 80s set that you sent me that have 66 cards left on. So, I mean, if I were to finish the 80 set and the 72 set at the Madison show, I'd be coming home with less than 75 cards. So, I mean, I could put them in
100 count box. You'll be good.
Yep.
But let's be honest, Bo's just really bringing you in just to wash his tables. That's all you're going to be doing all day.
I mean, I'm good with that. Give me an hour to walk around, I'm good with it.
Just instigating.
Hey, I mean, I offered to sort cards for him while I was there. So
there you go. I mean, what else you guys going to do on Saturday night?
Look, Bo says April's a wild card. It could be, let's see. Wait a minute. Where'd he go? April 30th is a wild card. It could be 30. It could be 75. So what I'm hearing is bring short sleeve shirts and a jacket.
On the bright side, by the time it gets there, you'll have a better idea of what the weather will be.
Right.
Maybe you don't need an Eskimo puffy coat.
So Donnie says he just flew through the Detroit on Saturday. Terminals are really nice.
Oh man, it's getting late for this old man.
Let's see. John says he'll bring his own pizza because apparently John said this morning that he picked his NCAA bracket according to the pizzas on campus, so he knows pizza. Oh, here you go, John. Bo says gas station pizza's on him, so 45 minutes later. I'm trying to keep up on chat. Chat's like wide open.
Yeah, I know nothing about basketball.
John said, "Well, I don't either, dude. I could not tell you the last time I've watched one shot of a basketball game." But
it's kind of like baseball. It's kind of like baseball for me. The only way I could care less would be if I was dead.
Right, here we go. Jenny puts you out there. I told you she'll put you on the spot, John. She got me out there.
I will say that Mrs. Bean's Ball Card blog has been making pizzas lately. She does the dough herself and everything. I like it.
Donnie, I'm assuming Hermanville is where I live. And if that is the case, you're probably right. It will be 90 degrees here. I'm a sucker.
No,
yeah, I made my bracket picks. Dude, I went blind. Look, somebody, who is this saying stay away from Cage's Pizza? And now I'm getting warnings to stay away from Cage's. Look, dude, I'll eat almost anything one time.
Somebody with a wrench block that person.
We
don't have room for that. We don't have room for that negativity in here.
No, it's still on here. I'm good with it. He obviously.
No, I am saying someone delete it. We don't need that negativity in this room.
No. Nah, it's good. I ain't worried about it. Like I said, I'll eat almost anything one time. So, to still. Oh,
yeah.
Surprisingly enough, I am down to. I got rid of John started chicken talk. Just to put that out there, he started chicken talk. But I am down to
like a group chat, a group stream that night.
Yeah, I am down to. Oh, you talking about it at Bo's? Well,
yeah, and we can all listen to you talk about chickens.
That's up to Bo. That's Bo's house, Bo's rules. Yeah, I'm actually down to. I think the last time I said anything about them, I had about 200. I am down to just over 20 now.
So, what happened?
I got rid of them. I sold a bunch of them. It's that time of year. It's coming up on spring. It's time to start hatching more.
I was just hoping it was nothing bad.
No. They all went to good homes.
You know me, I'm an animal lover, even chickens.
Yeah, they all went to a good home, with the exception of a few that.
Don't say what I think you're gonna say.
Something Something got in my pen, one of my pens, and relieved me of about 6 of them. So, as hard as I try.
Hey, you can only do so much.
Gina says hobby roundtable for Madison. I'll go down. I'm pretty convincing.
That's a good topic. So what do you think about this year's Heritage?
Well, I haven't got to open any, but I have watched a few breaks, and I mean, I like them. I mean, they're still, and I'm sure John does, because they're still in the 70s. So the 73, I like the 73. Not as much
Yeah,
as I
not
like 72, and I like 73 a lot more than I like 75. So
you don't like the 75. So it's strange because I kind of feel like 72 and 75, they're similar because of the psychedelic colors. I mean, I get that the designs are the same, but you have a
yeah,
lot of those pinks and oranges and stuff like that. And so kind of, for me, two that really resemble that early to mid 70s time. And yeah, so I guess I'm a little surprised you don't like that one a little bit more.
yeah, but it's the I think it's the black border.
No, they're
No,
not black.
no. Never
They're
mind.
they're two color. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
two color.
I'm getting my years mixed up. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Think
I
George
don't
Brett
know.
rookie.
Right. Yeah. Now we're getting Hobby Roundtable live from Bo's basement. Personal rips and Hobby Chat live from Bo's basement.
For me, I mean, obviously I'm not buying baseball, but I'll buy the Alec Manoah turned out to be one of the short prints. And I'm confused at how John Means throws a no-hitter last year and is, I think, a 2-time All-Star. Maybe it's only once. Can't even get into the Chrome set. Very disappointed.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking 75, 71 is the one I was thinking of, the black borders.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I like the Heritage. I've always liked, and since I've gotten back in, I've liked the Heritage, and I think I've said this before: Heritage, Gypsy Queen, and Allen Ginther. If nothing else, just solely on the cardstock. The thick, the thicker, more
cardboard stock.
More cardboard like, more than just glossy or whatever. So,
I mean, and the thing with Heritage is either pretty much you like every year or you hate every year because you know what you're going to get. You're going to get, some inserts, but you're not getting the big, you know what you're getting every year. You know what your design's going to be. So there's just not a whole lot of, I'll probably be, even though I'm not like I said, I'm not a baseball guy at all, but maybe when the whatever year the 87 is the set, maybe I'll start doing it.
And John, I'm don't get me wrong, I don't dislike all the 70s. And I misspoke. It's the 71 set that I'm not fond of, just because of the black borders. The rest of them, I love them. Not sure I'll ever collect any of them outside the 72, just because it's a little pricey for my price range. But I don't have anything against the design. So
Are you talking about the actual sets themselves or the Heritage sets?
No, the actual sets.
I mean,
Yeah.
72 is one of
I give up on last year, the 72 design. I started trying to build the set, and the short prints were so aggravating that I just quit. I mean, it's ridiculous that you got a short print of a nobody that's going to cost you $4 to put in a set, and at the end of the day, he's a nobody. He's a relief pitcher. He's a relief pitcher.
I get that.
For the Rockies,
But I remember people bitching 3 or 4 years ago when you had all the superstars as short prints, because then those prices went through.
My thing is that why do 100 cards as a short print at the end of the set?
I mean, I don't know the answer to that.
If you want to pick out 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, hell, 50 of them, but 100, the last 100 in the set, it's
the last. Count this as the last thing I expected to happen tonight. But I'm actually going to stand up for Topps in this case.
Okay.
What do you want? What do you want him to do? Just because no matter what, you can't please everybody all the time.
No, and I get that.
At least if nothing else, they don't change things every. I mean, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get your chromes numbered to 999. You're gonna get your chrome refractor numbered to 573 this year. So, I definitely give them credit for at least sticking with it and not trying to mess it up, because that's at the end of the day. And I'm as critical of the card companies as anybody probably, but you're just not going to please everybody all the time at the end of the day. So, I give them credit for at least just kind of sticking with it. I hear a lot less complaints about Heritage than I hear about Flagship every year.
Yeah. I mean, I love
Maybe
Heritage
because less people
I just
care.
don't know about. And I'll keep pecking along on that set just because it's a 72 design. But I'm not going to go out and drop $4 or $5 on a relief picture from the Rockies, or just to finish the set. If I find one and it's reasonable, I'll pick it up. But
I mean, there's a couple comments right there at the end. Jenny said a short prints a remake of the 70s. Like, did the 70s have short prints? And then John says they're trying to duplicate the scarcity of the high series. Well, I mean, they're not now, because if I'm correct, wasn't 1973 the first year that it was a 1 series set? I'm pretty sure or if it's multiple series, I'm pretty sure there's no real scarcity.
take care, Dan.
Unlike the 72. Yeah, have a good one, Dan. I would say night, but I guess in your case, day. And that's where I was going with talking about the actual sets from the actual years themselves. You've done the 72, which has all those high numbers, and you're close to getting that. Pretty sure 73 and everything after, I'm pretty sure they're 1 series sets.
Yep, I'm 8 away from 72.
Yeah,
and I kind of made
mention
the boat the other day that I'd love to make the trip. Not that the trip wouldn't already be worth it, but to be able to go up and see some different people that outside of people around here that I'm picking up cars from and on eBay, to be able to finish the 72 set there, or at least get 4 or 5 cards closer. You know what I mean? That'd be, it'd be a trip well worth it, I guess. So.
Okay, so 73 was in series, but not like the earlier set. So I think what Mark's meaning by that is there's not a difference in print runs. So, yeah, they are series. I guess if you were buying packs, it might be one thing. You'd want certain packs of certain series. But
I agree with you, John. Yeah, those.
Well,
the variations on Heritage, I will say this: the variations on Heritage aren't as bad as Flagship. Because
Go
ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, I thought I saw somebody post a picture that, like, on the prints, maybe the super short prints, or maybe all of it on the Heritage, like by the card number, it said like image or something like that.
It's
as far as making it denoting the variation.
I can't speak for this year because, like I said, I didn't open any this year. But last year's, if it was a variation where the card number was at on the back of the card, it was either above it or below it. It was just printed variation. And that's what I was going to say. That the Heritage isn't as bad as Flagship, because with Flagship, they change the last 3 digits of a serial number on the bottom of it, that you got to have a double magnifying glass with bifocals to see. So,
no,
or at least I do.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have great eyesight. So I do want to ask actually something I think we got a couple guys that were collecting in the 70s. I don't know if you guys were collecting in the early 70s. So when you went to the store and bought packs, were the wax packs any different? Did you have any way to know that these were newer packs, that these were series 6 or series 7 versus being a series 1? Was there any, notation of that? I don't believe I ever heard that there was. It was just a question that popped into my head while I was reading through the chat. Hey man, we're 45 minutes in and we didn't even have any topics tonight.
That's and I tell you who would be a great person to ask that question to. That'd be Rich.
Probably Rich, yeah. But he's not here, and some of the other guys were, so I thought I'd just throw it out there and see. I'm going to assume that there's probably like no denoting. Yeah, Mark said no difference. That's kind of what I feared the case was, but I, again, didn't know. So, I mean, can you imagine now if you were buying it from Baseball Card Exchange, if it's wrapped, you may not know whether the first series, a third series, or a 6th series.
Right.
That has to be fun.
If
But yeah,
Bo, if you're still in here, DM or text or whatever me your shirt size because I've got something in the works for you. You may or may not like it, but there's something I thought about, and I'm going to bring it out with me. So I need your shirt size. John reminded me of it with his. He says he's getting a T-shirt that says variation. So
I know that I am definitely an SSSP. There's not a whole lot like me. So.
oh, you talking about for a T-shirt? I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I need to get me an SSSP.
A super short print.
Oh yeah. Not the action, but I am definitely not the action variation. Just look at me. There's not a whole lot of action happening here.
They broke the
even
mold.
less than old age.
That's kind of like the saying around here, and they broke the mold when they made you.
Well, they realized they really messed up after that. So
that would make you an eBay 1 of 1.
They napalmed that.
That's about the time I said it. That's exactly what Gina said. So yeah,
but that would mean I'm not really a 1 of 1 then, because an eBay 1 of 1 technically is bullshit. I'm offended Jenny thinks I'm bullshit. That's not cool. It's not cool.
Yeah. Usually eBay 1 of 1s are like actually 1 of 100s or 200s.
All right. So we seem to be dragging here. So I, not too long before the show, definitely within an hour before the show, I tweeted. So I got the Montgomery Club email that 2022 Bowman first edition was out. $400 for a box. Guess what?
You ordered 2.
They're still available like 8 hours after the damn email came out. I wonder why.
Yeah,
really? I don't know that I would pay $400 for a box of anything. I'm serious when I say that. I'm not exaggerating. I can't come up with anything that I would pay $400 for a box of unless that box was more like case size.
Yeah.
It's just, that's just, and I don't get me wrong, I'm not acting like 400 is this new threshold we've hit. But come on, for Bowman first. I have a Montgomery membership because I do keep like the factory sets, some of that stuff, but I initially got in there so that I could resell stuff.
Well, and
I've also bought
F1,
stuff for friends. I'm hoping, yeah. I don't believe I got any F1 last year. I don't remember if there was, or if there wasn't any, or if I didn't get to it. Yeah, I'm definitely open for some F1.
I think you passed on it, didn't you? Because
maybe it did.
Isn't that what you texted me about and asked me if I wanted it or something?
I don't know if it was F1. Maybe it was. Yeah, like I said, maybe I passed on it. Maybe they probably wanted like $300 for a box, and that's why I passed on it.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's probably what it was. But yeah, with the prices of everything now, really, the only thing you get by getting the Montgomery Club is you get that factory set, you get those 5 small sets, and you have like first, first opportunity, but it's half the stuff you can't ever get.
Yeah, Bo says he's a Bowman fanboy, and it's a hard pass for him at $400 a box. And to me, that seems crazy because, didn't the membership just about double this year?
I don't know what the new price was. I know that I don't think it went up a whole lot. This is my 3rd year in it.
Okay.
I have renewed.
You're paying for an exclusive, and that they're like trying to charge secondary prices for.
Basically, yeah. The only advantage that I see, like I said, you get the factory set, which I think is super cool. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a factory set, but I have the last 2 Montgomery Club factory sets, and I like having those. I'm keeping those. Those little 20 card sets. I haven't done anything with the ones from this season yet. I've sold off some of the singles in the past to basically just kind of pay for the Montgomery Club membership. But yeah, I mean, I even at $400, I have some guys that sometimes I ask. I didn't this one go like late, but I don't know anyone. Honestly, I'm not. I would think that if those guys wanted them that badly, they'd have messaged me and said, "Hey, are you buying your boxes?" Because I've had that happen before. And it's like, okay, you send me the money, I'll go ahead and order it. I'll do that for people. Obviously, I want to, net a few bucks on the, net a few bucks out of it for my time and effort. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just thought it was ridiculous. And I mean, the point is the fact that 7 hours after that, they were still available tells you how ridiculous it is, because how many times have we seen, oh, it's only 15 minutes after and there's no more Montgomery Club, whatever. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't even know that the flippers, I mean, obviously the flippers don't even think it's a good price.
Not if it's still sitting there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm a little bit bigger card situation because I have been selling on eBay, and so I have a little bit of card income now that I'm using. So I might be willing to buy a Chrome F1 box for maybe $250 just to have it. But yeah, I'd like to find some blasters. If anybody finds any blasters out there,
I've never seen in my area any sort of auto racing card on the shelf at Walmart anywhere.
Interesting. I wonder if they just sell out.
I don't know.
I get that I air quote stereotyping, but Georgia is, has been a racing hotbed, for a long time. So I do wonder if maybe the Panini stuff does go quicker.
Possibly, but I know I've never seen it, which is not saying a whole lot, because until here recently, I haven't seen much of anything on the shelf anyway. So
I had a little bit of luck. I found 5 boxes. It was actually the day before my birthday, so it was January 28th. The wife and I were out at Target. I found 5 WWE Heritage blasters. There were some Chronicles basketball blasters. I think there were 2 blasters, and then some of the hanger boxes. I passed on those because I feel like I'd heard that that stuff was they just were printing the press, running the presses on that. So I didn't even want to fool with it. But really, other than that, I haven't found anything. The only thing I think the last 3 times I've gone into a Walmart or a Target, the only thing I found is 2021 Heritage.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got which not. I say I haven't seen anything, but my Walmart still has, I think, 6 of the 2021 sets left on the shelf. So, but I mean, they did have about 50 of them at one time, so they're moving slow.
Yeah, I mean, knowing me, unless the Montgomery Club price, goes up like 50%, I'll probably still. I talk big game about I'm not going to do it, but admittedly, not maybe as much as a lot of other people, but I definitely have that small level of FOMO. Like, I want to have the ability to get certain things if need be.
The one time you don't get it, it'll be the time that something takes off.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would definitely like I said, if there was more F1 in there. Not the biggest F1 fan, but I like racing in general, and I have some, despite some of my YouTube or Twitter comments, I have some respect for Formula One. Not necessarily the current product, but in the long gone days, kind of like I am with NASCAR.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we pretty much wound out here. So
you made it all the way through, and I'm proud of you.
We made it all the way through. We went all the way from talking about Freddie Freeman to going into me flying for the first time, and we have gathered that John is coming to Madison, Wisconsin on April the 29th.
Well, that's why I said you, because I was worried about your mental sanity with the whole Freddie Freeman situation. I mean, when I got on here and you let me in the room, I mean, you were in tears, absolutely bawling, holding holding your puppy and saying, "Love me," unlike Freddie Freeman does.
This is true.
I confirm
Yeah,
that is accurate.
me having truck nuts. Yep, that won't happen. I would do it. I'm the type of person that would do it, but I don't need any trouble with the law, so I need none of that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get off. I don't want to run into some of the other shows that's coming on tonight, so
No overtime.
No overtime. Everybody take care. Oh, real quick.
I think you're going to say what I was going to say, so go ahead.
About Saturday?
Yes, I was going to say you're there Saturday.
We got Hobby Roundtable coming up Saturday. Those of you that's in chat that that usually gets the invite. If you're available and want to join, let me know. I'll post the link out, and y'all feel free to join in. And even if you've never joined us, I mean, if there's an empty spot, you're welcome to. We just kind of talk about what's on our mind. We'll talk cards. We'll talk, whatever. So I think you might be muted there, Ken.
You're right. I muted. Yeah, I think you usually do a topic or two, and then just kind of the rest of it's just kind of BS and kind of like what we do. Just
we'll throw a couple.
Brady Bunch.
And usually if we get like 7 or 8 people in there, 2 topics carry us for an hour and a half, easy. So Jenny says she's available. So all right, well,
she did. Oh yeah, for those of you that may not know, I don't know. Jenny did have to do a new Twitter account.
Yeah.
So you will need to go through and add her into that with that account. I'm gonna guess probably most everybody else knows.
Yeah, I've already got her, but I do need to add her back into that DM with that account. So, all right. And Mark says he'll be around. Hopefully, we'll get a few more, in there, and maybe we can talk a few more people into flying to Madison to Bo's 1-year anniversary show.
Well, John, I'm sure that those few seconds I was muted were the best moments of the night for most of the people in the chat.
Yep. All right, everybody, take care. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Don't be a dickhole.